Hey everyone, I'm working to hit 1,000 subscribers, and I need your help to get there. If you enjoy this content, please hit that subscribe button right now.
All right, let me just say what every single Phillies fan is thinking, but nobody wants to admit out loud because it hurts too much. Juan Soto is not coming to Philadelphia. He's just not. I don't care what the rumors say. I don't care that we supposedly have a meeting scheduled. I don't care that Dombrowski's going to make his pitch and Middleton's going to flash his checkbook. Juan Soto is not putting on a Phillies uniform, and the fact that we're even pretending we have a chance is embarrassing. We're being used as leverage to drive up the price for the teams that actually have a shot. And when he signs somewhere else, probably with the Mets or Yankees, we're all going to act shocked like we didn't see this coming from a mile away. Let's start with the most obvious reason we're not getting Soto. Money. Yeah? I know Middleton says he'll spend stupid money. I know we have a high payroll. But we're talking about Juan Soto here. This isn't a $300 million contract. This is going to be $500 million, maybe $600 million, 15 years. Insane money that's going to reset the entire market. And you know who can afford that? The Mets with Steve Cohen's unlimited bank account, the Yankees with their massive revenue streams, the Dodgers who print money. We can't compete with that. We're already maxed out on payroll with Harper, Turner, Wheeler, and everyone else. Where exactly is this Soto money coming from? But it's not just about the total dollars, it's about the structure and the years. Soto's 26 years old. He's going to want a deal that takes him through his mid to late 30s at minimum, probably something like 14 or 15 years. Are we really going to commit that kind of term when we already have Bryce Harper signed through 2031 and Trea Turner through 2033? We'd have three guys making 40+ million per year for the next decade. That's not a roster. That's financial suicide. There's no flexibility. There's no room to build around them. It's just three mega contracts and a bunch of minimum salary guys filling in the gaps. That's not how you win championships. And let's talk about the Harper situation specifically, because this is the elephant in the room that nobody wants to address. How does Bryce feel about the Phillies going all in to sign another superstar outfielder who's younger and arguably better than him? Harper's the face of this franchise. He's the guy we built around. He's Mr. Philadelphia. Now we're going to bring in Soto and basically say, yeah, you're not enough. We need someone better. That's a disaster waiting to happen. The clubhouse dynamics alone make this a nightmare scenario, even if we could afford it, which we can't. The positional fit is another massive problem everyone's ignoring. Where does Soto play? Left field? That's where Schwarber is, and he's under contract. Right field? That's Castellanos, also under contract, with years remaining. Center field? Soto's not a center fielder, so now we're talking about moving pieces around, creating a defensive nightmare in the outfield, all to accommodate a guy who's going to cost $500 million. Meanwhile, our actual needs like bullpen help and defensive improvements go unaddressed because we spend everything on Soto. It makes no sense from a roster construction standpoint. Here's what's really going to happen, and you can screenshot this for when I'm proven right. The Phillies are going to meet with Soto. Dombrowski's going to make his pitch. Middleton's going to talk about his commitment to winning. Soto's agent, Scott Boras, is going to smile and nod and take all that information back to the teams that actually have a chance. He's going to tell the Mets, the Phillies offered this much, and the Mets are going to beat it. He's going to tell the Yankees, Philadelphia is willing to go to this number, and the Yankees will go higher. We're a stalking horse. We're being used to establish the floor, not the ceiling, and Boras is a master at this game. The Mets are the obvious destination, and everyone knows it. Steve Cohen has infinite money, and he's desperate to win after spending $1 billion and missing the playoffs last year. He's going to do whatever it takes to land Soto, and whatever it takes is more than we can possibly offer. Cohen can go to $700 million if he wants to. He can structure the deal however Soto wants. He doesn't care about luxury tax penalties or competitive balance tax or any of the financial realities that constrain normal teams. He's going to blow everyone out of the water, and we're going to be left standing there with our $350 million offer, wondering why it wasn't enough. The Yankees are the other obvious landing spot. Soto just spent a year in New York. He knows the market. He knows the organization. He performed on the biggest stage and thrived. Why would he leave that to come to Philadelphia, where the pressure is just as intense, but the team isn't as good and the financial offer won't be as strong? It makes no sense. If the Yankees match the Mets' offer or even come close, Soto's staying in pinstripes. We're not even in the conversation at that point. The Dodgers are lurking too, and they're arguably the scariest option. They just won the World Series. They're the best-run organization in baseball. They have unlimited resources and a proven track record of developing and maximizing talent. If they decide they want Soto, they'll get him. And why wouldn't Soto want to play for the Dodgers? Great weather, championship caliber team every year, no state income tax benefits with creative structuring, playing in front of Hollywood celebrities every night. What do we offer that competes with that? Cheesesteaks and batteries thrown at Santa Claus? But let's say, hypothetically, we somehow did land Soto. Let's say we offered $600 million over 15 years, and he actually said yes. You know what happens then? We're completely locked in with zero flexibility for the next decade and a half. Harper, Turner, and Soto taking up $90 million in payroll annually. No money for the bullpen. No money for starting pitching depth. No money for literally anything else. We'd have to fill out the roster with minimum salary guys and hope they develop into something useful. That's not a championship formula. That's how you waste 3 Hall of Fame careers while accomplishing nothing. The farm system is already barren, and if we sign Soto, it stays barren forever. We can't develop young talent to supplement the expensive veterans. We can't make trades because we have no prospects. We're just stuck with whatever we can cobble together with limited resources around 3 mega contracts. And when those guys inevitably decline in their mid-30s, which they will because that's how aging works, we're left with nothing. No young talent to build around. No financial flexibility to rebuild. Just massive contracts to aging players and years of mediocrity ahead. The smart move, the move that a rational organization would make, is to not even bother pursuing Soto. Take that meeting, be respectful, make a token offer to keep Barras happy, and then allocate those resources toward actually addressing our needs. Sign 3 quality relievers, get a defensive-minded outfielder, add starting pitching depth, build a complete roster instead of putting all our eggs in one absurdly expensive basket. But we won't do that because Dombrowski can't help himself with big names, and Middleton wants the headlines that come with signing a superstar. Here's what's going to happen after Soto signs elsewhere. The Phillies PR machine is going to spin it as we made a competitive offer, but ultimately Juan chose a different situation. Dombrowski will talk about how proud he is that we were in the mix. Middleton will say something about doing everything possible to bring a championship to Philadelphia. And fans will convince themselves that we gave it our best shot and there's nothing more we could have done. But the reality is we never had a chance. We were never serious contenders. We were leverage and we fell for it. The most frustrating part is that this Soto pursuit is going to distract from actual productive moves we could be making. While we're wasting time and energy on a player we're never going to sign, other teams are going to be scooping up the second-tier free agents who could actually help us. The good relievers will be off the board. The solid starting pitchers will sign elsewhere. The defensive outfielders who could improve our team will go to our competitors, and we'll be left scrambling in January to fill holes with whatever's left on the market because we spent December chasing a pipe dream. And when it's all over, when Soto's wearing a Mets jersey or Yankees pinstripes and cashing checks from Steve Cohen or Hal Steinbrenner, Phillies fans are going to be upset. They're going to feel betrayed somehow, even though we never had a realistic shot. They're going to blame Middleton for not spending enough or Dombrowski for not making a better pitch. But the truth is simpler and more painful. We're not the destination for generational talents anymore. We're not the big market team that lands the biggest free agents. We're the team that overpays for the second-tier guys and hopes it works out. That's who we are now, and no amount of denial changes that reality. Juan Soto isn't coming to Philadelphia, and the sooner we accept that and move on to realistic targets, the better off we'll be.